You know that feeling when you sign up for a new app and within, 2 minutes, you just get it, it clicks, you see exactly how it's going to make your life better? Well, it's not magic, and it's definitely not an accident. That's what we're digging into today. How the smartest companies get you hooked, not in days or weeks, but in the first few moments you use their product.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why the old way of doing things is just broken. Then, we'll get right into the heart of it, that instant aha moment. After that, you'll see how some of the best companies put this playbook into action. And finally, we'll break down exactly why this model is an absolute game changer.
Okay, let's start with a feeling I'm sure we've all had. You know, that sinking feeling when you realize the brand new software that's supposed to save you time is actually turning into a part-time job. We're talking about those clunky, complicated tools that promise you the world but just deliver a massive headache.
I mean, this quote from the Product-Led Growth Playbook just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly sums up that old world of endless sales demos, complicated setup processes, and sitting through hours of training just to do one simple thing. The value is there, somewhere, but you really had to fight to find it.
But then, a whole new wave of companies came along and just completely flipped that model on its head. They adopted this new philosophy called product-led growth. And the whole idea is that the product should sell itself by focusing on one single incredibly crucial concept, that aha moment.
And it all boils down to this one key metric, time to value, or TTV for short. For these companies, this is everything. The goal isn't to show you every single feature the product has. Nope. The goal is to get you to a meaningful win, that aha moment where you truly get it, as fast as humanly possible. We're talking minutes, not days.
And the path to that aha is designed to be super smooth and fast. It starts with a sign-up that takes seconds. Then you get a guided onboarding that holds your hand just enough. And boom, before you know it, you've achieved your first bit of real value. And by the time you hit that fourth step, you're not just a user anymore, you're hooked.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at a few companies that are the absolute masters of this playbook.
Now, what's so fascinating here is that the first value is totally different for each company. For SurveyMonkey, the aha moment isn't just creating the survey. It's seeing those first few responses roll in. That's the magic. For JoinMe, the value is actually the lack of something, friction. You just click a link and you're in the meeting. No downloads, no hassle, pure simplicity.
Both of those are brilliant. But there is one company that has really taken this whole philosophy and built a massive empire on it. So let's do a deep dive into the undisputed champion of instant value, Slack.
Slack's genius is on full display literally the second you log in for the first time. Instead of some boring tutorial video or a long PDF, you're greeted by Slackbot. It's this friendly, interactive guide that teaches you how to use the app by using the app with you. You learn by doing, right from the get-go.
And their entire onboarding process is built on a few core ideas. It's all interactive, right there in the app, not lost in your email inbox. It immediately focuses on getting your team involved, because that's where the real power is. The brand's voice is always super helpful, never pushy or salesy, and they make it incredibly easy for one person to become the hero who brings Slack to their whole team.
So, what's the result of all this focus on making users happy? How about this? A whopping 30% of their free users end up converting to paying customers. Now, to put that in perspective, in the software world, that number is practically unheard of. It's proof that a fantastic onboarding experience is the best sales tool there is.
And the foundation for this incredible success is their freemium model. Their free plan is not some crippled, barely usable demo. It's a genuinely powerful tool. They let whole teams get completely hooked and reliant on the product before they ever even think about asking for money.
And the sales pitch? Well, this is the most brilliant part. It only appears at the exact moment you need it. You go to search for an old message and you hit the free limit. That's when Slack pops up and says, hey, need to find that? Upgrading is the solution. It feels like help, not a hard sell.
So let's pull back and look at the big picture. What's the major takeaway here? Why is this user-first, product-led model just completely taking over?
Well, for starters, it completely changes the math of getting new customers. The old model was so expensive, you had to pay for big sales teams and huge marketing budgets. With this new model, the product does the selling for you, which means your cost to acquire a customer just plummets. The product becomes its own growth engine.
And that kind of efficiency leads to some truly mind-boggling growth.
Get this. At its peak, Slack's product-led engine was so powerful that it was adding $1 million in new contracts every 11 days. Just think about that. That's the power of a product that sells itself.
And finally, it all comes back to trust. Slack's fair billing policy is just revolutionary. They only charge you for people who are actually using the product. If someone on your team goes inactive, they credit that money right back to you. This changes everything. It means their success is literally tied to your success. They only make money if you're actively getting value.
So when you put it all together, you see this massive shift. We're moving away from a world of selling to our users and into a world of empowering them through the product itself. And that leaves us with one big final question to chew on. If the product is the new salesperson, how does that change the way we need to think about building and marketing, well, everything?